my god. What's up, everybody? The Laser Lunch Hour is back on the air. You join a mauling already in progress. So let's get right to that. I have some things to say. It's better to put the controller down than to hate the play. We'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Cough, cough. Come here, you mother... What about this? Like this? Shoot it! Shoot it! Alright, I don't think acid actually does anything. See how he just shot lava up from the earth. This is Hephaestus the bear. I don't know if you knew that. Oh my god. You tell me, viewers, you tell me, do you think it's fair that you literally slow down time with your mind? I don't know how it works. You're a ninja, a hobo ninja. And the animal, when time is slowed down, can go, I don't know, and it just like, it moves. So I don't know what they're going for. I mean, obviously we're fighting robot dinosaurs. It's not real. None of it's real. So why is it so hard to hit guys and so useless to slow down time? I hope you get lung cancer, Aloy. It's not Aloy's fault. It's the game's fault. This is going to be my last stream of Forbidden West, and I'm going to do my best to elucidate why that is in a bigger discussion or monologue, let's just say rant, about game design. Does he have pieces that I want? No. Something unique. Up. Oh, Hephaestus, the god bear. Just killing him is what I would need? I don't understand why that is true. It's fine. Look, man, I am not one of the top-tiered players in the world. I will absolutely give you that. But between the electron microscope precision of you just, you know, adjusting... you just adjusting the thing to how fast a 40-ton robot bear moves to how little slowing time down seems to change or do anything. It's pretty frustrating, and it's not what I would have gone with if I were to design a game that was meant to be fun for individuals to play. Also, the draw takes so long. Is she a world-class future archer or not? Like, I get that it's like, it's not a gun, but it just takes so long for her to draw the bow. And there are coils and things that affect that, but not really, not that much. Also, I get it, you know? They're robot dinosaurs, you're not. So they are more agile than you, but they are so much more agile than you.
Something ignited.
Yeah, it's gonna be your ass, Aloy. Here comes the bear. Stealth, huge surprise, is worthless in the game. I don't know what that does. It just hides me. She moves. She moves like a sloth covered in molasses. It's just, and it's not. You know, I have every. All right, the rant begins now. This is a terrible game, or let's say at least this is a terrible Horizon game. And I don't know what their goal was. Have I got that one? I've got that one. I don't know what their goal was in changing things other than insecurity. You've got a game where, what is it basically? It's an action game. It's kind of a stealth game. It's a third-person shooter, right? With a unique thing. You got bows instead of whatevers. That took 5 seconds. You can shoot things slowly, but you will not do as much damage as if you draw all the way. You need to draw all the way. It takes so long. Anyway, and so you got all that, right? And then she's fighting robot dinosaurs. And honestly, I'll give it to him. It's not entirely original, but it's a nice collection of elements to make a very compelling story. It's a great story. And honestly, you know, an interesting and appealing character at the center of it. I don't know what happened. I suspect that, you know, success means more money. More money means justifying that money through expense. And so I think that they were insecure about why their lightning in a bottle, very strange and unique game was so successful. And so their response was, we need to make it even more than what it is. There also might be an element of it, you know, because obviously the first game is ambitious, and like the ambition you see probably masks a lot of ambition that was like, we just can't do that for time, budget, and everything else. And so maybe there was a lot in the game that was left out of the first game. Now it's the second game, they can do whatever they want. It just goes on forever. It's just like he can summon lava from the earth. That's what robots do. And so, where did that one go? That one didn't even go straight. So here's the deal. Let's start with the skills. Here are the skill trees. You know how skill trees work, right? There's experience points that lead to you getting skills. Every single one of these is both ineffective and overcomplicated. And so, look, it's a modern game. I've played God of War. I've played, you know, whatever. There's a reasonable assumption that by the end of the game, you're going to have everything on the skill tree, which I think is a bad design for a game. And here's why. If there is a suite of abilities in a game and you are encouraged to play however you want, then I think it's okay to lock out things for a player that they don't end up using, right? So there's the ability to fight in melee, which, let's be honest, you're never really going to be able to do that with a dinosaur toe-to-toe, but you can do that with humans. There's a lot of human enemies in this game, which, that's dumb. You didn't fight a lot of humans, if any, in the first one. That's a huge part of this. It's boring. It's not robot dinosaurs. Cut it. But you've got Warrior for that. You've got Trapper for setting traps. Nobody sets traps. Come on, what are we talking about here? Traps also a lot less effective in this game than they were in the first one, so who cares? You got Hunter. That's your bread and butter. That's who you are. This is Legolas, right? You're shooting arrows. If you weren't shooting arrows, you'd be something else. Legolas does not have a broadsword. That's not Legolas. So why is there even an option to have a broadsword? Survivor increases your potions. It's really important because you're going to die without potions and food, but whatever. Infiltrator, stealth. This game likes to think that it's a stealth game. It is not a stealth game. You'll see my tree. I have 22 out of 27 stealth things, and I get seen all the time. And we'll come back to that. And then Machine Master. I have not explored this much. Maybe this is the key to making it through, but I kill these things. I don't try to ride them. And honestly, I don't really care if they fight with me or not. Maybe I should be, overriding all the little guys. But that requires infiltration and hunter skills and possibly trapper skills in the first place. So it's leveraged on a bunch of other things. You don't need any of this stuff. And you'll see the things that I have lit up are basically the skills that you need in the first game. I'm playing this like it's the first game, and I guess I shouldn't be. And I guess I would be told by players who would tell me to get good in this game that I need to think differently. But the thing is, I came here to do this. I didn't come here to do something different. I came here to play Horizon Zero Dawn, aka the game where a lady shoots very tiny spots on dinosaurs and brings them down. I came to play the Legolas game. I don't want to play a different game. It's sort of like Resident Evil. One of the things that people complained about is that Resident Evil got away from its roots. Now I would argue that Resident Evil has horror elements, but it was always an action game. So I didn't necessarily hate like 5 and 6. I felt like they were leaning into the, third-person action that the game had. Everybody said they liked after number 4. That's what number 4 was, right? So they brought it all back to the series' roots. First-person ripoffs of Saw movies? I don't know. The point is, they realized that they had to narrow the focus. We didn't want to play 6 different characters. We didn't want to have a whole panoply of karate kicks and things like that. That's what the people didn't want that. This has just expanded beyond the limit where you can even keep up with anything. And why would you want to? Nobody's going to choose to be the machine master and just control all the machines. That's not Horizon Zero Dawn. And as far as eventually you'll have all the things. So, okay, you're basically asking me to choose what aspect of the game's broad suite of abilities I don't want to use until the final hours of the game, right? Either just unlock things as it progresses and you present challenges that, now require you to control a machine or something, or just take it out. Or just say to the player, you're going to pick your own style, and that's fine, and there'll be things that you'll never do. That's how I've been playing, but apparently I should not be playing that way. I should be leveling everything up and then using 47 different ways to kill a single horse, because that's how they want you to play. It doesn't make any sense. And they call it RPG elements. When you play an RPG, do you have 18 in all your stats? No. Are you a fighter, spellcasting, rogue, thief, mage, druid? No. You have a lane that you are in. So, present to me a lane, and I will take it. And they pretend like they're doing that, but they're not really doing that. Stealth is a great example. You just can't... The stealth doesn't work. And the fact that you go into a base and you hide in the reeds or whatever, and it doesn't really work. They see you at weird times. Unless you have pumped up your warrior to max, you can't stealth kill a guy when you get behind him, like the staple of every stealth game. It's just really frustrating. The fact that they have a thing that just goes, I'll hit this button and you're just invisible. You're just the predator, you just walk around. Any game that does that is telling you, we don't know how to do stealth, and we've given up, and so here you go. A great example to compare it to would be, for a lot of reasons, would be the Metal Gear Solid series, and specifically Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 also has way too many options, a confusing amount of options. But the point is that, first of all, it's supposed to be a sim. It's action adventure, but it's also a sim. But it's also giving you the option to do whatever you want and tackle the challenges however you want to. So you can give yourself a camouflage that lets you, blend in and decide to sneaking mission and knock everybody out from behind, which you can do. There's nobody that you can't knock out except, I don't know, maybe a robot or something like that. And that's how you want to do it. That's fine. They also give you big guns and you can come in and just shoot everybody. That's fine. They also give you the ability to call in a mortar strike and just soften up that target. And then you go in and just, take out whoever's left. All of these things are things that you are you can do if you want to. Now, it requires money to call in a mortar strike. It requires skill to choke everybody to death. But you can develop the lane in which you want to play. This just gives you 47 tools and tells you you're going to have to use all of these at some point. And it's not fun, and it's not interesting. The weapons. There are too many weapons. I'm going to just keep using the term 47, but know that the term 47 means too many to be manageable. There are 47 different kinds of weaknesses that the creatures have. There are 57 different kinds of coils that you can put on to upgrade stuff. Look at all these arrows. Each one of these arrow symbols under ammo represents a certain type of damage that is like kinetic damage. But there are like 4 different kinds of kinetic damage. And there's like 7 different kinds of ways that the arrowheads can deliver that damage. Through piercing, through blunt, through a kinetic explosion. Then there's the elements. The elements go on and on and on. There's 47 different kinds of elements and 37 different ways that you can deliver them. Through a rope on a wire, through a little bomb, through a spinning disc, through a bunch of flechettes. It's not, nobody cares. Like, why not give me a fork? Yeah, why can't I stab these guys with a fork if you really want to give me all the options that you can? It's too much and it's too far. And it isn't designed, as I said before, so that you can just go, well, you know what? I really like the fork, and I'm just going to try to like build, I'm going to make a fork build. There is no build here. I don't know if anybody who designed this game has ever played a role-playing game or played one well or understood how they're designed. They've just thrown a lot of stuff at you. They've just barfed all this stuff all over you. And then instead of just saying, do what you want, swim in this giant pool forever, they said, well, we've got 47 kinds of barf. We have to make sure that each one of these barfs is used at least once, or maybe throughout the course of this person's play. Don't even get me started on all the resources that you have to pick up in order to create the arrows or the bows or the whatevers. It's too much. It's way too much. Pick a couple things and do them really well, and that's how you design a game. Unless you're buying, when you play World of Warcraft, that's just the game. You expect that every 10 levels you'll have to go out and hunt, 40 crispy basilisk urethras or whatever to upgrade, your next thing. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to shoot dinosaurs with a bow. And instead, I have to pause and change my skills every 10 seconds. Here's something else. There's a whole suite of skills. Every one of these like central nodes here is like a particular skill that you do. And there are 12 of them, right? But there's no way to switch between them that I've found within play. You have to back out and come to this thing, go into a tree, go here, hit the thing, equip it, and then come back out. Not to mention the fact that many of them have a completely negligible effect on gameplay. So, because I might just put it on story mode and just, walk through the rest and just kill every dinosaur with one hit and just get to the end of the story. That's why I'm here. Whoever the studio is that makes this game, I can't even remember now. I like your universe. I like your story. I want to get to the end of the story, but if I would trade this thing for a novelization at this point, because it is unfun to play and it's not fun to watch me, or maybe it is, I don't know, maybe it's fun to watch me rant, but I would imagine it's not fun to watch me be really frustrated with this game. So I will probably finish this game, but I'll be doing it on my own time, and I won't be streaming it in the future. And, speaking of the story, finish the rant. Only the setting is interesting. Everything that happens in the game is completely asinine and completely uninteresting. The world in this game is filled with a panoply of hot multiracial people. Now, I like hot multiracial people, but they are indistinguishable from each other. They are all quirky up to 11. So you meet them, it's invariably some person who's like, oh, I'm somebody who has a very they have niches, ironically, a very specific niche in this world that you haven't thought about. So, we take copper pans and we, pound them out into frisbees so we can play what we call tribal frisbee. You don't know about it. It's in the future, but it uses stuff from the past. And then you have to help them get the basilisk urethras to make more frisbees or whatever. That's fine, but that's an MMO, and nothing they do will have any impact at all on you. So they've taken these young actors, I assume they're young actors, it's all mocap, I don't know, and they have asked them to act like an idiot and say stupid things, and then they just do that 300 times. And so everybody you meet, nothing has any impact on the story going forward. You're just literally trying to save the world here. Every time I meet somebody, I'm like, I'm gonna have to hear some stupid person talk about some stupid thing that I don't care about, and all it's gonna lead to is me using my focus to find some footprints and then fight a guy, and then we'll just do that over and over and over again. So I don't. It's really the worst expression of open world game design. Look at this map. Look at this map. Bird Box. That's the one where they make people look at stuff, right? Bird Box. Look at this. Look upon this. I'm a big Assassin's Creed game fan. I'm an Ubisoft game fan. I can't help it. But Assassin's Creed, knows that the dumb errands that you do should continue to inform you about stuff. Or at least they inform you about one of my favorite parts of Unity, which I haven't finished yet. Assassin's Creed Unity is all the side missions have historical interest to them. You meet Madame Tussauds, the wax figure lady, who obviously had, some problems with during the revolution. And so you're doing errands for her. I don't know if these are things that she needed to do in real life, and then she just tells you more about what's going on with her in the world of France, during the revolution, and that's all interesting. Meeting some Benetton model who's like, oh, I need 47 hoo-ha's for my ding-dong. I don't care. Aloy in the first game had knowledge that nobody else had, and it made her interesting. In this game, they doubled down on the Na'vi, the Na'vi of their world, the different tribes. That's not interesting. The sci-fi part is interesting. I'm not saying that all the tribes that they have, it would be nicer if they were more interesting, but they aren't differentiated enough. They're all just weird. We're the fighting tribe. They're all just, generalized fantasy tropes. I don't know how to fix that. I do know that I love the juxtaposition of the future stuff and this. And they've got that going on in this. There's the whole subplot where, it's not even a subplot, it's the main plot. One of the main plots, where the future colonists in their anime tech suits come back and they're a problem. And it's that's interesting. I'm not fighting them. They're off in the background doing nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Why am I not fighting them? That's cool. That's interesting. And I keep it. She's got a bow. She's still Legolas, but give her a laser bow or something. Let's fuse this stuff together. It's so disappointing. And the really sad thing is, well, I guess you could only look. The game's beautiful. It's a AAA game. I think that the fighting mechanics blow and aren't good at all, but it's a beautiful game. I just don't know why. This could only exist in a game like this. This kind of bloat. You could only have a story that is potentially as deep as the story of this game. In this, right? You can never have that in a mid-budget or an indie game. It might be suggested in the background. The guy that makes the indie game might have a stack of unpublished novels, with all this background. But that kind of bloat could only be in a game like this. So, I don't know. take all that, edit it down. That's my review of Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, it's like a year, right? About a year after it came out. But it's just like I'm trying to kill a bit, and I've got it on hard. I mean, to be fair, but hard isn't really that hard. But I'm fighting an invincible bear for no reason. I have no idea why I'm doing this. He doesn't have any parts I need. Metal shards, I guess. It's for an upgrade quest for one of my 47 items that are all completely indifferentiable from each other. And okay, I guess these are the same thing. So like I could get rid of this blue one because I've got a purple one, I guess. But like the fits are great. Like I love how she looks, but I'm not going to carry 300 armors around just so I can put one on. You know how it works in these games. You just wear whatever you need at that moment. I don't really even know what they do. So I'm wearing this one so I can have the concentration to slow down time, which, as we've established, doesn't really work all that great and kind of sucks. I don't know. I just don't... It's not for me. I don't care about having to manage all this stuff. Plus, you sink all this time and weaves and stuff into something, and then, surprise, it's no good. You have to throw it away. So anyway, I don't know. Kill bear. He was gonna kill me in one hit. So anyway, I guess I deserve that. Oh, I found out, was it yesterday? That bird that I was trying to find? The bird doesn't even start spawning until you know, it's not even acts. Like, if the story was broke down into acts, you'd have a feeling about where you were. But basically, you have to retrieve all these little bits, and so it isn't until you retrieve a bit that I hadn't retrieved yet. But once I did that, then I guess the bird shows up. So he's not here yet, but he's supposed to show up now. That's something else. I complained about this yesterday, but give me a sense of like, why am I going to where I'm going? I guess I'm going over here, right? But you don't... There isn't any sense that you're on a journey. You just... In order to literally unlock things that you want to do, you have to continue along the journey. Not, like, in that sounds like basic game design, but I have a piece of armor that's not even like end game gear, and I need a part to upgrade it that I can't get until I've gone 75% of the way through the game. What's the point? Like, I've got a ton of money, just let me buy it at least. Alright, so that's enough. Enough of that. Now we're gonna kill a bear. Gonna go Alec Baldwin on this thing. I realized that doesn't mean what I thought it meant. Let's go Anthony Hopkins on it instead. Although, could use Alec at this point. They literally give you guns. Like, she shoots a gun off of a creature and she's like, oh, I've got a gun now. Yeah, why don't you just have a gun the whole time? I know that the whole point is that you're a bow and arrow lady, but you sure seem to like having guns. And honestly, I'd take a gun. A gun wouldn't miss like that. Did you see that miss? The ballistics. Did you call it ballistics? Yeah, you shoot something and it has an arc. It's ballistic. The ballistics make no sense. There's some bows where there's a huge drop. There's other bows where there isn't a drop. And I get that, like, you know, different bows with different tension and different length of bow would do different things. But don't poop in my face and call it candy corn. You can quote me there. That's the thing. Don't say that. Yeah. Well, I doubt traps do anything. Woof! Hot! Chamama. Look how fast he is. I've slowed down time. Look how fast he is. That's just normal speed. He's just going normal speed. Alright, what's he weak against? Aloy, look at him. He's working versus ice. And now I gotta get an ice bow out. it's so effing cool. Alright, I got an ice bow. It's not as good as my other bow. Of course not. Alright, we're going full ice bow on this mother. I can hide, but it won't matter. He doesn't know where I am. So therefore he destroys the ground under me. I'm gonna ice you, doggy! Oh! Ew, oh! You iced! You iced! What's the best bow as time ticks away? Oh! The big elbow drop! Get away from me! Get away from me! Does he have weak points? I don't even know. Shoot him in the ass. Blow his little butt up. Blow his butt thing up. Stop time. Did you see that? Ah! He just wiggles his butt. The hitboxes are like 0. There isn't any. You are just, it's literal physics. We've modeled physics literally. Aloy, don't talk. Shut up. Nobody cares.
I'm gonna take a look at the bodies.
It isn't an abstraction. It is literally. This is like the movie Gamer. I am controlling a woman somewhere who is fighting a bear. What? How did that work? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Whoa, woo. Frozen? He's frozen. No, somebody else. You're frozen when your heart's not open. Listen. I think I'm just like attrition killed like the other guys. Alright, so this is the most damaging thing I've got. Alright, something happened there. I think I blew his tummy up. Oh, now he's not frozen anymore, because that's how that works. Only one at a time. That makes a lot of sense. Sticks are so effing long to reload! I know, it's the sharp shot bow. I don't care. Is she a bowstress or not? So yeah, Elden Ring tomorrow. Get ready. Something I'm realizing too, and this is like, oh boo-hoo, you know, PS5 problem. Since I've started streaming, I've had to like, usually I'll just, you know, you put a game in the PlayStation and then stream it. But I've been like switching games in and out a lot, and it started to make me realize like how convenient it would be to have digital. You know, it's like I've always been a physical game. I want to get a digital copy of the game, but wow, it's all there. I know, it's... Oh, wow. I figured that out in the round. Yeah, I did. There isn't any... Alright. No more of that bow. That bow sucks. Phil. Eat. Stuff your mouth! Bye, I'm leaving. Also, it kind of makes sense when you think about the fact that she's carrying like 3 tons worth of equipment, but the one thing that she should have is when I break into a dead sprint, I should be quick, right? I'm like, they're heavy, I'm light. I know that some of them are based off of like, you know, fast earth animals. I wouldn't think that I could beat a puma in a foot race, but that's like humans' superpower, right? Like their ability to walk on 2 legs, to run, to move, and to be able to do it for a long time. And you just get fucking Shardik here and can run faster than me. Like, what's up with that? Freeze him. He's weak to freezing. Everybody, gotta freeze him. It's good stuff. Can I cripple him? I'm trying to for a while now. So I'm getting the notion that I should not be using a sharp shot bow. Only for sniping. It's too bad. It does such amazing damage. You would think that there'd be a difference between the kind of attack that you need to do from ways away. I mean, I guess it's like a, you know, anti-materiel rifle. Sure, you could really take care of the mother, but is that what it's built for it? But when I can slow down time... Think about it. If you can slow down time in Call of Duty, what are we talking about here? You're the winner. Well, I'm really nervous for that. And it's true. Even in the Get Good, I've read a lot of forum posts because of my frustration. Even in the Get Good forum posts, they're like, yeah, they didn't change that. Slowing down time. And it's like, why? I like slowing down time. Should kill these guys while I'm at it. Here. Oops, you moved 2 feet. There's no time like the present, is there? Let's just get started now. Let's just stop now. Except, I don't want to reach down and get the thing out of the thing. Okay, so what's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Is the coughing really affecting me? Is that what's going on? A little coffee? Anyway, it's a horrible slog. It sucks. Blighted meat, yeah. It's clear. I don't even know what the. All right, so there you go. Level 42. Good. That is significantly higher than my level. Why are they telling me to fight him? They just gave me this mission, and it's clearly not something I can handle. I'll come back when I'm 42. In 1 level, and it will still be impossible. All right. I can't get my Dreadwing. He don't exist. I'm not going to rule out that I'm just playing the game wrong. But as somebody who 100%ed the first game, why would you change the type of game that it is? I mean, I feel like I have a right to complain about that. I disagree with the people who complained that Resident Evil got to whatever. I even disagree with the people about um, Assassin's Creed and the way that Assassin's Creed, slowly or not so slowly became an RPG over time. I like the original Assassin's Creed, and I like Origins and the RPG games. I like them both. I may actually like the RPG ones more, but I understand, people's disappointment in the change, and I guess they're getting what they want because they're talking about going kind of back to basics. I get all that. This game is not the same game as the first game, and I think that people should be honest with themselves. If you like it, great, but it's not the same. What is up with this? This is a convoy, eh? Or not? Just a bunch of dudes. Just a bunch of dudes. Alright, so how tough is this Frost Bellowback gonna be? Oh, it's just one, and they're not tough at all. Am I just here for shards? I don't care about shards. I have more... Well, I don't have a ton of shards, but I can make more shards. It does not matter. So I don't know why I'm here. No reason to be here. Okay, moving on. Let's do some quests. The main quest. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Deliver Sakura's message. Okay. Alright. Let's just do that. Ugh. I've had more fun. So finally somebody said it. Why am I sneaking? Yeah, I'm back. And I apparently want to kill you. Hi.
Good hunting, Outlander.
Okay, you too. What are we doing here? These cities are annoying too. I mean, like, first of all, who builds like this? They're cool to look at, I guess, but when you're trying to run around just trying to find the tables you can upgrade your stuff, it's just annoying. Just have like one spot where there's like one person or one table that lets you interact with everything. I'm sympathetic. I'm sympathetic. I'm clearly... They worked very hard on this game, and they are probably very proud of it. But it's like boots on the ground, man. You know, like here I am, a player. I'm on your side, and I'm telling you, it's a chore to play.
Lau and Ben, reunited after the old growth.
Feeling better?
Hey,
Yeah.
there she is, the hunter that saved my sorry
conscience.
rum.
Plus, you can't skip
I'm
through a lot
glad
of this
she did.
conversational
I
stuff, which
shouldn't
is
have
like,
left
that
you out
is
there.
an
Yeah,
unforgivable
if
sin.
you hadn't run, you'd be
My
dead.
conscience,
No
too.
use to anyone.
He's right. That Cost Rider was a killer.
Thank you, Outlander. You saved us both. I wouldn't have been able to live with the guilt.
What's next then? Thunderjaw, a Stormbird?
Bowl cut.
More like a nap.
Sleep well then. You deserve it.
That was it. It was not... Yeah, okay, it was the follow-up to a quest, but why couldn't I just X through that dialogue? I mean, I could have skipped the whole thing, but... Why? Is it a union thing? These actors' performances, they must be seen. Put that down. Listen to me. I'm Aloy.
I hear you've been making quite the impression on the clan lands. Saving the desert clan from itself?
I didn't do it alone.
The humble words of a true warrior.
Your sister.
I don't remember who these
sent
guys
me.
are. I don't care.
Her squad's been assigned further west, so she won't be able to come see you, Corey.
I don't remember who this
She wanted
is.
to make sure you knew.
That sounds like my sister.
I remember there was a guy who
Something
had Tuvok's voice.
No.
I remember that.
Yes. There's this song I want to play, one of my own making, but it's hopeless. I'm just never going to get the sound right.
What makes you say that?
Back in the clan lands, the Sky Clan built instruments that cast sound to sky and across the mountains. They use
Here's another complaint about Aloy. She is a weirdo. First game, she's a weirdo who's grown up, you know, by herself. Also, she was an outcast. So she's a very understandably wary of people and possibly a little antisocial. And she comes into a world that she's unfamiliar with, doubly so because she's uncovering the future world and also learning about all the tribes, you know, in the Forbidden West or the Zero Dawn or the whatever, which is neat. That's a lot, but it's neat. And what's the conclusion to that? Obviously, it is the outsider brings everyone together and has to learn about, I guess, their cultures in order to do that. That all works. Game 2. Aloy is an outcast that nobody really knows and doesn't trust, and she's going to learn about no. We have a new game now. It should be different. Aloy should be, you know, more, have more, you know, facility with like talking to people, interacting with people, being more of a mediator between them. And it's just she's still just I don't really know about stuff. And then you meet just a million more people who you just don't care about. You know, we resist or we look down on monoculture in our fiction. You know, all Klingons are warlike, all Romulans are sneaky, but we understand who Klingons and Romulans are through that. This is just these guys are wearing yellow. This guy's a blind musician, I guess. I don't remember who the yellow guys are. I don't know their name. You put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you who the yellow guys are. But if he was blue, or he was red, or he was some other thing, that character could still be in any one of those things. Like, there's nothing that really differentiates them. Now, maybe that's like, maybe that's a lesson about human nature. But, like, that's not fun to play. Plus, why I'm trying to say it, literally the Earth is like cooking from the inside out. Why am I going to help this guy who's trying to like do a wicked jazz solo? I don't care. It doesn't matter.
throats to make them bellow with the sound of. It's how they communicate between. Combining that sound would create a melody, but I won't be hunting for.
For now, they might have some new.
Right.
This song means
I
a lot to
recognize his
him,
voice
doesn't it?
too.
It does, which is why I'm getting him that machine part. It'll be a surprise. The Utaru say that's the best way to receive a gift.
Is there a long leg around here?
As it happens, one has been troubling some villages southwest
I don't know.
of here.
Maybe I don't know.
You be doing me and Plain Simon a favor by getting rid of it.
I just realized the other day, or I found out, I looked it up. The voice of Freyr in...
I didn't think the Tanakh.
When I first moved here, but I came to
Okay,
embrace
they're
it,
the
and
Tanakh,
I don't
I
see
guess.
why.
He's lucky to have. Tell me more.
It's a particular tainted, like it protects a group. Its call is eat, but if
I
it
know what
spots,
long
take
legs
it out
are.
with
This is a
Plain
dangerous
Song
long
victory
leg.
for all.
There's just nothing to
I
learn
make my-
I
here.
appreciate it.
Now we're gonna go and we're gonna look for some footprints, and then we're gonna find the thing, and then we're gonna kill it. It's just there's endless amounts of quests like that. I mean, look at this. Look how cool this is. And there's this board game. I haven't even bothered with the board game. They think they're Witcher 3. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff in Witcher 3 that I'm like, I don't really care. Witcher, one of the reasons that Witcher 3 works so well and Witcher 1 does not, and they're remaking Witcher 1, and I bet they're going to make it more like Witcher 3, is that the first Witcher was pause the game, it's time to drink one of 87 potions, you know, and then you gotta switch the sword and the thing and the deal. And they streamlined a lot of that and made a lot of that just happen automatically, or, you know, be a hotkey that you can use while you're fighting. because it keeps you in the world. It keeps you on Roach. It keeps you going to the next place and talking to a guy. And yeah, there's a lot of people that go, I need you to kill a monster, but there's always something interesting, little short stories in there. This is just, hi, I'm generic villager. You know, the tribe's got a thing. Can you help us? Sure, you help them. Wow, you're really great, Aloy. You helped us. That is every single side story that you do. And there are no... Aloy's not a morally gray character like Geralt, although I don't, you know, Geralt's probably chaotic good, I suppose, but you still get to make choices like, oh, this guy screwed this guy, but the people need this guy for that, you know, so I'm gonna make a choice here. Yeah, praising the Witcher games, wow. They do that much better than this. This is just an endless laundry list of things to do. Well, I don't think we're going to get that long leg today. I think I've had enough. I talk so much, I'm losing my voice. Only fun games, right? But that's one of the things that we want to do here on the channel is rant and complain. How does that set us apart from anything? I like to think that it's analysis, right? I'm a critic by nature and profession, and so I gotta tear something apart while I'm tearing it apart. I have to think about it. I have to play it and not let it play me. And so that's what I hope that we've done here today. We'll be back in the future at 12 p.m. Central, like we always are, to play video games. Come hear me complain about how Elden Ring is bullshit, I guess, going forward. I think we will just stop putting it off and just jump right in and play some Elden Ring and get back to that. Another game with a nearly impenetrable system, but a system that I feel like is deeper than this system. See, I keep like questioning my criticism of this. That's good. You should question your beliefs. But I feel like Elden Ring is the epitome of there's an amazing span of things that you can do, but you have to kind of pick one thing. You can't try to do everything. There just isn't enough resources in the game, and you won't be... It's not min-maxing, but it is like specializing in something. I don't even remember what I specialized in. I think I'm a sword and board, because I just didn't want to get overwhelmed. So we'll go back to my sword and board fighter in Elden Ring in the future. That'll be tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. If you are in an area that's getting a lot of snow, like my area is, take it easy. Stay in. Hell, watch some streams here on Twitch, twitch.tv/SNFTrope. Be good to yourself. Don't go crazy. You know, clear out the snow and then just get warm and enjoy a television show, a movie. Listen to some of our podcasts, justenftrope.com. That's it. The blessings of the North be with you, and we're signing off. This is me having to switch screens here so I can sign off properly. And there we go. And yeah, stay warm, stay healthy, and keep the geek fires burning.